What is up, YouTube? Evan Almighty bringing you guys a new video from MaddenAllStars.com, and today is Cyber Monday. So today will be the last day where all our guys on MaddenAllStars.com will be buy one get one free. So make sure to go to MaddenAllStars.com and check that out. Anyways, before I get started, let's see if we can get 100 likes on the video. I'm going to continue to be bringing these type of videos, and that is how to beat this, how to beat this, and how to beat this, because we get a lot of questions in the comments section on stuff like that. And we'll still be bringing, blitzes and the other stuff, but I think it's a good idea to target certain things to basically answer guys' questions. And make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the daily tip videos. Hit that notification bell as well. But anyways, today we're going to be going over beating cover 4. So cover 4 is a very popular defense, and that's why I decided to start with the cover 4. I ran a lot of cover 4 last year, but when we go over different types of defenses, I'll show you what I run more this year. I don't run as much cover 4 this year, but I do run it. And so I'm basically going to go over the weaknesses in each type of defense. And like I said, today we're just in nickel normal cover 4. This is any cover 4. I'm going to pick apart how to beat that defense. Because I know when I first started playing Madden years ago, I would see what my opponent was running, and I'd take a mental note, but I wouldn't ever really lab on how to beat it. I kind of had an idea, but I'd never really went into practice mode or played friends and schemed on how to beat it. So now that I've done that and found the weak part of each defense, it helps me adjust on the fly. So if you know how to beat a cover 4, a cover 3, a cover 2, it's really going to help you out. And people disguise defenses, so it's even harder anymore to read a defense pre-snap. A lot of times I'll have an idea. Right here, pre-snap cover 4, you see the 4 DBs up deep. Now, does that mean cover 4? Sometimes it can mean, a cover 3. Some will give different looks, but bottom line, I'm just going to show you how to beat it. So in the cover 4, obviously we've got those 4 defensive backs that are going to be covering deep down the field. You have your linebackers, which in nickel you can sub in safeties, and they're going to be on a flat route, or in purples they're going to be in different types of zone. It just depends what you're in. And in the middle, a linebacker is usually going to be in a yellow, and then you have the 4 defensive linemen. But anyways, here is how you can attack it. So first, if you notice underneath, that middle yellow is going to follow him, and it's going to look like almost like man coverage. I don't know why I throw it, but here we go. But if you look over top across the middle of the field, I'm going to put Fells on an in route, and I smart route it to make it a little bit deeper. Now, since we take that yellow across the field, he's wide open across the middle of the field, okay? And a lot of times people will user that yellow, the middle linebacker. If they're using the middle linebacker, they may go and cover that X route, and then you can have circle wide open. But the main thing with cover 4 is you've got a lot of coverage deep, but you don't have a lot over the middle. So that leaves room for drags to open up, let's say slants. Okay, again, we run a slant here. We've got too much congestion deep. There's too many deep blues. They're worried about the receivers going deep that they don't cover underneath. Now, you still can hit the deep routes. There's different things that you can do. So if I motion over Hopkins, as you'll see, I have QT. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's got a strange name. All my Texans fans help me out. But we got him on a streak, and then we have Hopkins on a post across the middle. And if you see, I'll show you in replay what happens. Now, we got an ability. There is an ability on Sherman, so he reacts. But I'll show you kind of the concept of what it's going to do when you're facing cover 4. when you put a streak down the field, okay, it's gonna bring those safeties deep, right? So safeties are being dragged toward the safeties following our receiver who's on a streak. Well, we have this post route across the middle of the field, and that gets opened up from that. Now, if we throw it a little bit earlier, we can possibly low point it in possession catch. But basically, that's what you can do. Send streaks to take the cornerbacks, and then you can attack the sidelines. That's another method with cover 4. As far as just running it as normal, as you see, like in this play where I have a corner route, okay, and a streak. See, he's gonna get picked up right away. See that? So it's almost gonna look like man coverage. They're gonna pick them up and run with them and defend them. That's why you have to either have a lot of congestion over there, run it versus like a bunch. So I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna go and run it versus bunch and show you a versus bunch. So this is kind of like more of a spread, a tight formation. And then now I know a lot of people like to run out of bunch. So that is what we are going to do. Again, we're going nickel normal, and we're going to be running that cover 4 palms. All right, so initially I like to block my running back. We're just doing a simple vertical plays and see what we got. So it does a good job overall. Of course, there we beat them deep. That's not going to happen every time. It does a good job overall versus bunch, and that's why cover 4 palms is pretty decent versus bunch. But I like to combine it with man coverage. As you see, they all get picked up, and you're kind of forced to scramble. That's when we have to try to make something out of what we got. So I didn't set any of my audibles, but I'm gonna put Fuller on a streak. Fells, we're gonna put on a streak as well. I'm just gonna show you when we're bringing these safeties deep. See, okay, so the safety, watch, followed him, and that left our other streak wide open. So we're gonna audible here. Okay. So you got to mess around with the safeties, you see? That's the thing. You got to mess around with the safeties. Go into practice mode. And that's why I said I'm basically not showing you one cover 4 beater, because I could go in any day like this and draw up a cover 4 beater and be like, look, this is going to just absolutely demolish cover 4. Okay? But bottom line is you got to just adjust yourself to what your opponent's running and basically break down defenses one thing at a time. So that's why you got to go into practice mode. Basically, in this video, I just wanted to show you some of the weaknesses. So we can review real quick the weaknesses and what you need to attack in cover 4. We need to attack the middle of the field. Deep parts of the field are going to be covered. If they are covered, though, remember, we can manipulate the safeties by streaks and corner routes and try to get them open. Another thing is you can try to run the ball, but if they're going to be pinching their defensive line, because out of cover 4 palms, if I pinch my line, I spread my linebackers, and I crash my defensive line out, it actually stops the run pretty decent if you control a safety. I did a video on that. So naturally, you get a lot of good sheds out of nickel. But the main thing we got to do is attack the middle of the field, like I had mentioned before, and manipulate those safeties. Another thing we can do here is like these in routes that I smart route. So we have the in, and then I turn it into a smart route to make it a little bit deeper. And we can put him on 1-2. So we have our in routes. Safety gets taken. So that didn't work there. Like I said, I never ran out of bunch. I don't run ins out of bunch because I don't really run a lot of bunch. But anyways, that's the basis of it. Hit the middle of the field. Deep's going to be locked up for the most part. But until next time, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Until next time, Evan Almighty signing out.